Alrighty then, time for more Cinders. We're gonna continue on these traveler endings. So we'll just quickly go through like what choices. Yeah, I think we should be able to get through all of them. Anyways, we're gonna start with how you get the combo traveler with Perrault. First up is should get what they deserve. Then we have lie to her and lays around. Then we have no, did you? And are you not tired of this? Next choice is what if I refuse? We should go to town. Next choice is ask him. Just do this, I think. Mosa is not worth it. And speed to haggle. Next is go to the inn. And we're going to approach him. Then we choose you were brave to fight them. Then it's our residence time. We're gonna talk back to her. We're gonna follow the mysterious visitor. Confront Tobias now. And we're not gonna believe him, or trust him, I should say. Next choice is why were you so cruel to Gloria? Why do you care? You are so bitter. Why do people get married? Well, for political gains. And then it's, you're so cruel. Next is, so you're not a witch? Do we believe in magic? Not really. Next is, please tell me. And we should ask Gloria. Next is, fine. And we're gonna call them both hopeless. And we shall tell Gloria. We're gonna go to forest first. We're just gonna boom, 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 boom. Town. Ping. Next is I'm not that independent. And we have I beg to differ. And then I think Carmel's daughters is coming here. Yeah, they are the worst. And I wait for my chance. Next we go to the inn. Then it's actually tell me about yourself. Perhaps you should settle down. Next choice here at Tobias is disagree. I think that's mainly, I presume, to get minus points with Tobias because we're going for Perrault romantically, but yeah. Here we're going with you are wrong. Then it's fight back. Next we will go to the tavern. And we're going to focus on connection with Carmosa. Next is can I go too? Next choice is seductive. And then it's sure. Now we should better not mention the money problem. And here we advise him to retire. We can just speed through this in the same. Come on, choice. How about May? I don't think she's that difficult to find at all. I think she's closer than you think. Oh yeah. And here it's I could use some help. We're gonna choose the ferry. And then we're gonna just go. Now then, we want to escape town. And that you have to have to get traveler ending, I guess, but not fugitive or whatever, but yeah. The truth is that not much good awaits me here. Retaking restaurant for Carmosa peacefully just won't happen. And wooing the prince so much he would make me his queen, please. There's no way I can be free remaining here. It's not just my house. This entire town is like a prison. I have to leave this place and start again. With our aid, you will enter the palace and leave the town. But beyond the borders of our domain, we have no influence. An ancient concord made with lords of this realm bind us to the heart of the land. Once you leave, you will be beyond our power, and our part of the agreement shall be deemed fulfilled. You will be on your own. Traveling alone doesn't sound very safe. It's a vast, dangerous world out there. I've never left the town before. I think that the captain of the Royal Guard has a weak spot for me. Maybe I could convince him to go with me? Should that be true, it is an opportunity worth taking. Speak with the man and ask for his protection. With this, you do not need our intervention. I'm afraid it won't be that easy. But you're right, I need to talk with him. It's worth a try at least. We don't even know each other that well, to be honest, but I know he's a person I could trust. He's just that kind of man. And he too seems to be in a situation where staying here doesn't make much sense for him. There's one more thing I'm concerned about, though. The main obstacle. Yes, Cormosa, she will send someone after me, I'm sure of it. Not because she worries for my safety and well-being, of course. She would be afraid that other people might talk. Her own stepdaughter escaping the residence under her supervision. How would that make her look? I need to cover my tracks somehow. You worry needlessly. We will provide protection. Simply return to your residence and wait. Wait? What do you mean? What will you do? Those who choose to follow your steps will lose their track in one way or another. I don't think I like this ominous vagueness, but I don't have a choice either. Alright, have it your way. So it seems that your path has been decided. Yes, it looks like I have a plan now, but I need to still get into the palace, blah blah blah. Now we're in the town, and there was some woman was like, oh, she's evil. The witch looked at me, and then I got a wart on my nose or something, and Perrault was just like, oh my goodness, someone save me. And then Cinders comes. Remember our last talk? I made up my mind. Let's do it. Just let me make sure we're talking about the same thing. You mean... Let's run away together. Start a new life. Right now? Would that be too soon? What I had in mind was escaping tomorrow late into the night when no one will notice. Oh yes, tomorrow. That makes so much more sense. It's outright self-explanatory. I sense that you're not properly overjoyed. I'm sorry, this is just so improbable. But please, tell me what you have in mind. I want to run away from here, with you, just like we talked yesterday. We both know what is in store for us if we remain here. Your skills and values discarded by the prince, my existence being sneered at by those closest to me. We can start over, and we can lead lives we ourselves choose. It's not a dream, it's a real chance. I know it sounds a bit ridiculous, but why not choose this hopeful unknown over the certain misery here? Cinders, it doesn't just sound ridiculous, it is ridiculous. I like you, but I hardly even know you. I think you liked me more last night, when you were much more open-minded. I think I liked you more last night, sorry. I admit what we spoke about yesterday did sound enticing, and I'm still not sure what to do with the prince's offer. But there's a vast difference between allowing yourself some daydreaming and you stopping me in the middle of the street, offering to start a new life with me. Oh, pardon me. I didn't realize you would rather get back to investigating the woman's crime report. Let me know when you're less busy. We can talk then. You are jesting again, but this is a serious thing you are asking for. And believe me, I'm actually considering it. I'm sorry. I know it's an unusual idea. I don't know how I would have reacted myself, even though I wanted to break free from here for years now. But think about it this way. What have we got to lose? What's really stopping you from just getting out of here? For starters, you and me. I don't even know what our relationship is. I've just met you. Besides, am I not too old for plotting escape with a fair young lady? I would say you're just about the right age. Cinders, please. Fine, I know what you mean. I don't know what we are to each other either, and I can't make any promises. But I do know I like you, and that you're someone who's in a similar situation as me. I also know I can trust you in those old-fashioned but charming ideals of yours. I have no idea how our life is going to look when we get out of here, but at least it shows some promise. I like staying here. Cinders? But what if... No, please, more questions won't change anything. It's as you said, we barely know each other and can't know the future. Yet here I am, standing before you, making a ridiculous offer. If you're going to reject it, I'll understand. All I can say is that I'm serious about it, and would like to try it, and see how it goes. So what say you? Fair enough, let's make this happen. And I'm going to eat one of my belts, if some bard doesn't make a song about it. Really? Yes, I have more than enough belts anyway. You know what I meant. Yes, I really do intend to escape with you and never look back, like in the old knight romances. However, I still want to perform this last duty to my prince and guard him at the ball. I'll inform him on my plans when it's over, and come to your residence to pick you up. That works well with my plans. Give me the time to prove something to Lady Carmosa. Gives me the time to prove something to Lady Carmosa, her daughters, and myself. May I inquire what's that about? Oh, you'll know when you see it, don't worry. But I'll be ready to escape with you before the festivities end. Just how are you going to pick me up when Carmosa's there? Maybe I should sneak out and meet you at the crossroads instead? Don't worry, I have a plan already. One that should prevent Carmosa from looking for you long enough for us to get it far away. I'll come for you not long after midnight, I promise. You'd better, because after what I plan for tomorrow, there's no turning back to the old ways for me. You have this old knight's word on that, Cinders. Whee! Now we're all gonna go to Alright, so Perrault is talking about like, oh, I have all these guards and blah 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 at the ball, and then in the middle, and then towards the end he says, then again, if I am to leave a lifelong goal to travel with a girl I've just met, the world truly is changing beyond recognition. But in order to be able to leave, I need to do this last thing right, protect the prince and uphold the peace for myself. It may be guilt that compels me to do it, or old habits, mixed with some melancholy perhaps, but this ball will be my farewell to duty and the crown. So I'm going to do my best. I think the stairs need to be double-checked. Alright, so, Perrault came over and he was like, oh, I'm gonna arrest you, Cinders, because you didn't have a proper invitation. Alright, what did you think, my dear captain? Was I convincing enough? Huh, you were perfect, Cinders. That was quite a performance. That's good to hear. I was improvising. You caught me by surprise, you know. How about cueing me next time you plan to put my acting skills to a test? For a moment there, I was actually wondering whether you really had come to arrest me. There wasn't much time to come up with a better plan. I was improvising myself. However, seeing how well you coped, I'd say it was for the better. Not that it matters. I informed His Royal Highness about my decision to quit the service, and Carmosa shouldn't suspect anything, at least for a while. Whoops. Sorry. Not that it matters. Blah 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 blah. I reckon it should give us enough of an advantage to get far away from here. We're on the run. I won't lie, I'm a bit nervous. Are you? Yes, I am. But about a different thing altogether. Escaping is only the beginning. I'm wondering about how our life will look afterwards. I know we talked about it, but it's different from actually standing here, looking at the road, and wondering what lies ahead. Does it really matter? All I care about is the fact that we're out of the cursed prison we were kept in all our lives, and free to roam as we please. Aren't you excited? Think about it. The world's wide open before us. No one will be commanding us anymore. No one will force you to do something you don't want to do. No more commands and compromises? I like how that sounds. People abuse and coerce one another all the time, but only some are able to escape the roles they were given and write their own scripts. You have a way with words, no doubt about that, but I can't fool myself. I'll miss parts of my old life in the palace, my service, my prince. I can't simply forget about them, even if it was all a masquerade, hiding an empty life of servitude and loneliness. You won't have to be alone anymore. Yes, there's that. I meant to speak to you about it, about us. I'd like to know where I stand when it comes to our relationship. In truth, we don't really know each other that well. It's true, but does it really matter? What matters is that we have some amazing days and nights ahead of us, and we're going to have so much fun. And as for what comes after that, no one can see the future, so I care about it. You really know how to make my blood go faster, Cinders. Who knew I'd be chasing after adventures with a pretty girl by my side? I sort of had a hunch about that. Let's see what's behind that horizon, shall we? And he's gonna talk to the fairies. Alright, finding happiness and freedom in her own birthplace was not meant to be for Cinders. Sick of her life and her stepmother's game, she decided that the only way to find peace is to escape the town and start her life over. Though her travels don't spare her hardships, she finds the sense of her newly found freedom invigorating and is ready to take whatever life throws at her. At least she's not alone. Captain Perrault decided to leave his old life of duty and take his chance by escaping with a curious girl he hardly knows. They become a pair of adventurers, living a short but intensive life. They'll be laud in tales and songs for years to come. She thinks of her old family sometimes, but receives no news of their circumstances. She can't help but wonder what happened to Lady Carmels and her daughters. These moments of nostalgia quickly pass, though, when she realizes that she lives a new life now, one that would be impossible if she decided to stay. Boom! Next, we're gonna do Traveler with Tobias. Traveler with Tobias, yeah. Alright, so should get what they deserve. We're gonna lie to her. Then we have lays around. It's gonna be the exact same as Traveler Perrault, it's just that we seduce Tobias, and it might be slightly different in the ending, but yeah, like all the choices are basically the same, except only romance Tobias is done. Next is no, did you? And are you not tired of this? Next is what if I refuse? You know what? Apparently we're not gonna have the same choices, because when we're doing Traveler going for Tobias, we're apparently gonna actually go to the lake. I don't know what we're gonna do there yet, but we're not gonna leave a gift, because that would be silly. Here with Tobias, we have ask him. Then boom, 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 boom. I understand, because we want to be friends with him, so... Or, we want to be friends and romantic with him, I guess. And be seductive. Boom. And we should bring the money back. We should talk back to her. And we're gonna keep the money. We're gonna follow the mysterious visitor. We're gonna confront Tobias now. And we're gonna trust him. Yes. And then... I don't know how long it is to the next... But yes, we are going to agree that he can escort us back. And yes, he can come in. And next... Might be long. No. That would be nice. Why were you so cruel to Gloria? Next is, why do you care? Whoops, we can just... and you're so bitter. And then I think the next is pretty near as well. Why do people get married? For political gains. And then next... Boom, 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 boom. It's kind of funny watching them go in like speed. You're so cruel. Next is, so you're not a witch? And then, do we believe in magic? It's the next one. Not really. Next is, please tell me. Which means that he's not. And we're gonna ask Gloria. And then it's like, fine. And we call them both hopeless. We're gonna tell Gloria. And we choose a forest. And in the forest, Cinders has like 2 or 3 lines. But apparently we have to go there first, and then we go to town. Here we have, I'm not that independent. Then there's beg to differ. And they are the worst. Then we have another one here, which is I wait for my chance. We're gonna go visit Tobias. Then it's I understand. And we agree. With the date, I think. And we have you were brave to fight them. Were we being flirty? Yes, I was. Then we want to talk about his plans and dreams. Now it's, or we could go to your plane. We are a lover. Now, the guide is unclear here. And I'm pretty sure since we want to escape, that's what we're going for. I'm pretty sure... I think the guide is trying to tell me that we should choose we could escape, which seems logical. I see only one way out of this. We escape together. Of course, let me prepare my stallion. Oh wait, it's not fully paid off yet. I have 3 more installments to go. I'm sorry, love, but this prince has to get his finances straight first. Wait, are you serious? Save me, I fell for you. Damn me and my poor judgment. It's not like you think, I'm just testing my options. For us as a pair in Carmosa, there's no common ground, and nothing can be kept in secret forever. So, as ridiculous it might sound to you, my risk-conscious friend, disappearing might in fact be our only chance to live the life we choose. What kind of life would that be, my surprisingly resourceful companion? Must you ask? It will only work if we combine our strengths. Your skills with money, with my wit. Your skills and money. And looks. Oh, I'd really hate to base my living on that unless it's absolutely necessary. So instead we would base our living on what exactly? Why, Chains was already working well. Opening another shop together sounds like the best choice we have. In another place, another town, maybe a different kingdom? Whoa, hold on there, Cinders. It all sounds lovely, but there's a tiny detail you missed. You're a daughter of a noble house, and I'm townfolk. It may be obvious to you that people will fall in love despite of things like that, but to the rest of the world it isn't. If we were to vanish, it wouldn't be seen as elopement. It would be seen as kidnapping, for ransom, or worse. Me for ransom? And who would pay it, Carmos of the Heart of Gold? This is what I'm trying to explain to you. People either don't know or don't care about things like that. They see only what they want to see, and in this situation, they want one thing. Seeing those who break the rules chased, caught, and punished. Even if the people know that the rules are nonsense and they stick to them only out of fear? Some people believe they make sense and others are just afraid. Regardless, none of them would like to see us as a tragic couple. They prefer to think of this as just about money. So running away like that is out of the question. We'd have to disappear completely. Wait, why am I even considering this? This is fantasy. You had no problem with fantasies last night. Why the sudden change of heart? I'm serious, Cinders. We're not really... I don't even know where we aren't yet. Not in the type of relationship that makes planning how to bribe the city guards an ordinary thing, I guess. No, this is ridiculous, Cinder. But not because it's risky. It's ridiculous because to do this, we'd have to be really, really serious about our relationship. Are you having any doubts about that? Shouldn't I? We just slept together for our first date, and now we're planning how to escape together. Please excuse me while I spend eternity looking for a better definition of recklessness. Or love? That remains to be seen. I can't decide right now, Cinders, and I think it's better this way for both our sakes. I need to be sure about us. Alright, I understand. I'm not that impractical, you know. I don't think you're impractical, just very thirsty for freedom. You're right, of course, but I waited for so long for a glimpse that now I want the whole thing. But I'll wait for you, for both of us, to be sure about doing things like this, together. I'm glad to hear that. Perhaps I'm trying to put us in the shoes of some two-dimensional characters from the latest Dana Copper novel. Ouch, I prefer you wouldn't. Those things are horrid. But romance can be a good thing sometimes, even if it is a bit silly and ridiculous. As long as it's well written. I'll agree with you on that, Cinders. It's ridiculous. I know. Well, Cinders, you eat really fast. You're gonna hurry somewhere? I don't want my lovely sisters to notice I spent the night in a room with no bars in the windows, blah blah blah. Now, we're gonna choose You Are Wrong when Gloria comes to talk to us. And next one, I hope is kinda near. See, they look pretty funny in this speed. Anyways, it's Fight Back. Okay, now we're gonna go to the store. And then we're in this situation, and we're gonna focus on connection with Carmosa. Better not. And now we're out here talking to Tobias, and we're gonna choose I need you to change my life. Please don't say that. During the past few days, it was you who showed me what life can be. I need you. I need you to continue changing my life. I know I can do it, but not alone. You are my catalyst, and if I'm to succeed, I need your support and confidence. I'm sorry, you've already risked a lot to get here, and all I do is doubt. I know you're capable of a lot of things, and I know there's a chance, albeit slim. I'll try to be what you need me to be, I promise, and I'll help you any way I can. What can I do? You could start by believing in me. I need to know you're there, that you're waiting for me at the end of this road, and that you trust me. I never thought I could be that important for someone. I don't know what to say, but I'll be there for you, here for you, any way you want, and I do believe in you and us. I'm glad we understand each other. See, the future isn't as dark as it seemed. Certainly not now, when we can sit together at the lake and hold hands. Yes, let's concentrate on that, not on the problems and obstacles. I think we have seen this before. We could use some help from the ferry. We're gonna go choose the ferry. And then, just like last time, we will choose Escape Town. And instead of last time we were like, oh, Perrault is with me, this time it's like, there's always Tobias. I could ask him to join me. He's someone I know I can trust. I think he really is in love with me, and this could be our only chance to live a normal life. Your blood clearly carries your mother's gift, being able to enchant a man in such a way. The one whose fate is tied to what he received from his father and what he earned with his work. And yet you will still manage to subdue that fate embedded to your will. It's not something that I feel at ease with, making him leave his entire life behind. I really see no other way for us to be together. I have to go and talk to him. There's one more thing I'm concerned about, though, getting into the palace, yada yada yada. And now, Cinders is in town. We'll talk to Tobias, I guess. I have no idea whether this plan is going to work. I have nothing to lose, though. And a life to gain. I need to see this through to have any chance at it. I just hope Carmosa doesn't manage to ruin it. Let's avoid the next random meeting with her, shall we? And let's stop addressing myself in plural, or speaking to myself altogether. Speaking to myself is a bad sign, isn't it? No, it really isn't. I don't know why people keep saying that. It really isn't. It's a completely, just like, normal, healthy thing to do. Like, what? Speaking to Tobias should help with that. As well as with a couple other things. This is going to be a long talk. He seems genuinely serious with his feelings towards me. Running away together is something different. It's a step with no option to turn back. A lot to ask for, especially when his whole life and business are here. Maybe if we had more time, but leaving everything just tomorrow? No more whining. Let's go talk with the man before I change my mind by myself. Cinders, it's good to see you again. I swear, whatever Lady Carmosa is doing to keep you indoors, it clearly isn't working. You have no idea, but today's a bit different. Big changes are coming, Tobias. I came to speak to you about something very important. Yes, I can see that. Tell me what's going on. I've been thinking about our conversation, about our chances for being together, and how slim they are unless we leave, and... Yes? I want to do it. I want to escape this town with you, start everything over. I want to be able to live a normal life without other people coercing me to play a role I didn't choose. I want to experience this with you. Would you be willing to share it with me? Cinders, this is very... are you sure? This is no small decision. I thought about it thoroughly and I asked someone for advice. Believe me, this is the only option we have. I see. We spoke about this, yes, and staying here does seem like a grim perspective, especially for you. But leaving also means going somewhere, arriving at a new life. How can we know it will be better? Actually, do we know anything about it at all? You're a proficient merchant, Tobias. You may underestimate your skills, but not everyone would be able to pick up their father's business at such a young age and make it prosper. Whatever place we'll find ourselves in, I'm absolutely certain we'll do well, and if not, we would at least have each other. I do have some savings and some experience. I reckon starting opening a new shop far away from here is risky, but doable. But I have a feeling you're in a hurry to leave, aren't you? Right as always. I think we should leave right after the ball. You mean tomorrow? Don't tell me you're planning to murder someone. Drats, you know me too well. I'm the perfect material for an assassin. These rags I'm wearing make me inconspicuous and difficult to spot. My thoughts exactly. Then why the hurry? Why wait? There's nothing for us here, Tobias. The moment I realized this, my mind was set. Each day spent in this place is a day wasted to us. Waiting does us nothing good. We need to leave as soon as possible. Which means right after the ball, which you have to attend, am I right? I need to be there for myself. I need to show my family and all those people who I really am. I won't go down in this town's history as some worthless broad who eloped with a local merchant. No, I will fly my colors proudly before that. Show Carmosa she made one mistake that she can't fix with money and intrigue. You sound lovely when you're confident like that. Or scary. I can't decide. It's you who gives me confidence. Alright, this is way beyond manageable risk, but I guess one can't apply business standards to everything. And in some strange way, that'll actually make sense. I agree, let's do it. Let's escape together. I knew I could count on you, Tobias. I just can't word how grateful I am. We'll meet tomorrow after the ball at the crossroads. I'll try to be there around midnight. And then we leave. I still can't believe we're really doing this. I would even have the time to sell my inventory. But we are. Don't listen to me. I'll be there tomorrow. Don't worry. I feel that for the first time in my life, I actually know exactly what I'm doing. This will work. See you soon. Bye. Thank you again from the bottom of my heart. And off she goes. If this were a game of chess, she'd be the queen and I a pawn. Now I think we're going to the ball. And here when Cinders gets addressed, the fairy is like apparently something vague and And something about go home after the ball and we'll give you a sign when you can escape without a trace or something. Good. We wish you good fortune. Time for you to go. Perrault came and got us apparently. Do you know what to do next? What? Do you know what to do next? Oh, it's like when we went with Madame Getty, so like Perrault comes to get us. I mean, I'm free? Of course, I was supposed to escort you to the crossroads safely, and from here you can travel wherever you want. You seem surprised. Of course I'm surprised. Just a short while ago you were arresting me. I'm not being arrested, am I? No, you're not. Did you honestly think I would arrest you? I don't know. Maybe. You're free to go. And we're gonna meet... Why are you helping me? Don't get me wrong, I'm very grateful. Since when does that matter? You wished for your happy ending where you escape from the unsuspecting Lady Cormosa. So here you are, escaping. Here I am, helping you do it secretly, buying you time. Whatever your reasons were, your actions really helped turn my life around. So I heard you're expecting someone. From what I understand, someone wants to meet you here. Yes, no, there's a brave and witty young man joining me in my journey. A knight to protect a lady, that is only proper. A merchant to be precise, but that was my heart's choice, and I must say that I can't imagine a knight to be a better companion for me. Oh yes, the times are truly changing. Good to know at least the romance stay the same. Young lovers escaping with the cover of the night. Yes, the romance fairy tale is what I choose to live by. You should try it sometime. I assure you it feels wonderful. Maybe some other day I will. I wish you luck. May fate smile upon you. Good luck, Captain. I thank you again for your help. Cinders? I'm here. Hello, Cinders. Let me greet you properly. I didn't quite get that. Could you repeat what you mumbled in your greeting? You do realize we're in the middle of a dangerous forest on a cold night? Who cares about the surroundings as long as I'm with you? I still can't believe you're about to throw everything away to escape with me. What did she say? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Nothing, I can't believe it. I don't either, so how about not leaving any time for doubts? Are you ready? I don't need to be ready. I'm happy. Actually, for the first time in years, I don't fear or feel regret. All I feel is bliss. I'll be happy to go wherever the road takes us. I can't promise you it's going to be an easy road, or even that the place it ends at smells good. It probably doesn't, but I'm glad I'll be there with you. Me too. I always wanted to have smelly adventures. Fine, that I can promise to provide. Even if it comes to that, this is the life of my dreams, you know. We're free. We can experience whatever we choose and pick a life that suits us. And we have each other, for good and bad. Shall we? After you, always. Good. Farewell, brave Cinders. May fate weave itself smoothly beneath your feet. May you carry its weight as it grows with time. We wish you nothing but the very best of life. We wish you not to forget the lake. Yours remembrance is what we hope for. Your memory is everything. Haha, I had accidentally muted the game. Whoops. The lake shall not forget about you. You have been bound to its memory for all time, and it will not forsake the concord you have accepted. Remain in our domain, and remember the gift, the weight, and the price. Remember. Okay. And this, I presume this is going to be the same, but we'll see. Finding happiness and freedom in her birthplace was not meant to be for Cinders. Sick of her life and her stepmother's games, she decided that the only way to find peace is to escape the town and start her life over. Though her travels don't spare her hardships, she finds the sense of her newly found freedom invigorating and is ready to take whatever life throws at her. At least she's not alone. She convinced Tobias the merchant to sell his store and accompany her in this new life. They settled in a town at the edge of the kingdom. Thanks to Tobias' money and Cinders' wits, they managed to live an honest and peaceful life as merchants. It may not be the life of adventure she knew from her books, but she's happy nonetheless. She thinks of her old family sometimes, but receives no news about their circumstances. She can't help but wonder what happened to Lady Cormosa and her daughters. These moments of nostalgia quickly pass, though, when she realizes that she lives a new life now, one that would be impossible if she decided to stay. Okay, so I think we have one of these endings left, but we'll do that next time. Which is, well, she can travel with, she can be a fugitive with anyone, but she can also travel alone. And then you can, like, combine them in any way you want. So she can be a fugitive with Tobias, for example. We can combine them. But anyways, but that's going to be it for this episode, so thank you very much for watching, and I'll see ya.